Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my City Skylines series Fangchenggang region. Today we're in part 12 and we're rebuilding our main interchange, something that some of you guys wished for about 3 episodes ago, and today I'm finally on it. Maybe as you will be hearing in my voice, I'm right now pretty sick and I was it the last week, so I'm sorry this is the reason that there was no video on Wednesday, but finally I could talk for a bit once again. I tried to do some voice recordings, but it just wasn't possible, and I'm sorry, this was my phone. And I'm just not completely in this kind of voice recording thing once again, so I'm sorry I will be doing a lot of mistakes in this one, but it will be getting better from one to another one, from this one to episode 13. This is also the latest thing that I've recorded, so the good thing on this is these are the settings that we will be using from now on, the graphic settings. I love them, and yes, I didn't build anything else in the city because I was, as already said, very sick, and this was also something I did nothing for school, and I was just laying in bed, and we almost thought I would have corona, but we've got the test back. I don't have it. I'm just kind of very sick right now, and we right now don't actually know what I'm having, but we're pretty sure there is something, and also my doctor said there is something there is definitely a problem, but you also don't know it right now, but we will be finding it out later on. But this shouldn't be affecting this video too much, and so I want to talk about what we are doing right there. We are building a bridge beginning, and this is going completely into the void, and this also has a reason, because this will be one of the main connections to the mainland, and it's just a very, I would say, it's just a very cool thing to have different ones to the mainland, so that we have a lot of people moving through different areas, and this is just something very beautiful to have, and it's just quite cool for the realism, I would say. I'm sorry if you are hearing this in the background. I just had to write my teacher because he wrote me about an hour ago and I haven't wrote him back, and this would be too good, so I'm sorry for this one. And yes, just to come back, what I'm doing there is I'm trying to get a smooth exit and entrance for this whole thing, because this intersection is not CSUR, because I'm too stupid for it right now. I tried it 3 or 4 times with CSUR, but it wasn't going like I wanted it to, and it wasn't turning out very good. So I said, no, I will scrap this idea and I'll just do it with normal streets, so that I can just post something for you guys, and we will be using CSUR later once again. I'm promising it to you, but I just have to learn it, I guess. What you can see me there doing in the background is kind of splitting off here onto 4 different slip lanes, and these slip lines will be going in every direction. And this is also one point that we will have a lot of useless and way too big areas in this intersection. So there are a lot of big kind of loops in this one, and it has an extremely large footprint. And this is also making it kind of very unrealistic, but this is also something that I kind of wanted to achieve, because this isn't Chinese, or yes, Chinese in a special city, and I kind of wanted to be something kind of going crazy, because I think it's extremely cool looking when you have an extremely big intersection. And as I already said, this is one of the main interchanges, and it has also a lot of room to expand, and this is also what I've kind of wanted to implement, that we always can add another slip lane there, or can add another lane, and this is just something that I've wanted to aim for, and this is also the reason why I've recorded about 5 hours to build this one. And due to the fact that it already took 5 hours, these are the reasons that it is kind of this episode is so long. I'm sorry, my brain was stuck right there. And yes, it is just like right there, making in these highway entrances is sometimes pretty hard and pretty glitchy, but they are better than the expressways from Runny, so I'm very happy about this, and you can make them very good, and I'm very happy with the end result of them. And it definitely isn't anything of a clean interchange, but it is one of the best one that I've ever did, and I'm very happy about this, and I will definitely be keeping them like that. And I also want to have more of them, because right now I've got kind of into the taste of them, and it is just beautiful to place them, because it's kind of a funny feeling to go completely crazy with them. And with completely crazy, I mean, we have so many things that completely overkill on this one, but it is just something, as I already said, I also want to kind of make it extremely huge in this episode and this series. And this is one of the episodes that took me one of the most times that an episode took me ever until this point, and it turned out pretty well. And so I also want to try a lot with my audio editing and with my voice here. And this is also the reason why I haven't done it when I was completely sick. And now I'm feeling like, yeah, it's kind of okay right now. I can talk for a bit, and I don't have that much pain. I don't have any headache. I don't have any... I don't need to vomit. This is what I wanted to say. So I can talk for some minutes and just kind of concentrate on what I'm doing there. And this is Elaine mathematics. I would never thought that I would ever be doing them, but there I'm doing them, and it's turning out pretty well, because with them you can just kind of make a two-way road split into two one-way roads, and it looks kind of nearly like there is not even a gap there, and this is just such a cool thing to do. And yes, it is also kind of my private life is kind of in struggle right now, but in a positive thing, so nothing to worry about. But it is also kind of a very cool and happy thing for me, but I don't want to talk too much about this one. But this is also one of the reasons, together with the sickness and the illness that I got, that I haven't recorded and uploaded something on Wednesday, and I'm sorry for that. There maybe will be an extra sorry episode with a lot of cinematics of what we've built until now and what I want to build, and just some stuff like this. And yeah, I'm also kind of afraid right now, because our teachers will be giving us a lot of homework later on, and we will be going to school in some days once again, and I'm pretty much panicking about this, because, well, I've kind of more risk to die of corona, and the reason for this is that I have diabetes and asthma. And this is also maybe one of the main reasons why I started this channel, because I wanted to do something that doesn't affect me in this way. And yeah, this is how I got to YouTube, basically. But it is also something kind of where I always have to think about. And yeah, I'm sorry to bring that in right now. This is just something that I feel that I should tell you guys. This will also maybe sometimes be the reason when there is no episode, because when I'm not feeling good, I won't be doing an episode. And also this intersection, we could call it a section of crazy heights, because it has a lot of them, but this is okay. They are all in a realistic kind of pattern, and I like it kind of chaotic in this city. And I've also asked on the Discord what I should be doing with the space in between the highways, and Lars said I should kind of be doing some houses that they wanted to keep there for themselves. And so I thought about, yeah, this is a good idea. And yes, there you can just kind of see me constructing the loop, and this was kind of a pain in the ass for me, because I'm not that good with loops, and it isn't perfect, but it's okay, I think. So I've said to myself, yeah, I will be using it like this, and it definitely isn't perfect in any way, but it is good for me and it is good for my standards, so I will be using it, although, as I already said, it isn't perfect. And for this one, I've kind of used this one there for measuring, just an elevated road, and this is kind of an idea and a possibility of using this, so that also some people that are not that good at it, like me, can be using it in a useful way, and in a way that also leads to an kind of appreciable goal, I would say. And yes, this kind of loop will also be there for people when they drove off the wrong intersection, that they have one last chance, basically. And this is also because I'm thinking when I want to add some streets later on, they would be connected to this loop, and we don't have to reconnect everything else once again. we would definitely be having to add more connections to this, but not to the whole intersection, and this is just quite a big luck, I would say. With the next episode, I'm thinking of detailing this whole area, and I will be using PO just to make some markers and some signs, just some stuff like this, so definitely look forward to this. This will be very cool. And yes, so here was something pretty cool, because one will be going above the highway and under the other one, and the other one will go into the loop. And just some things like this one are giving me quite a lot of struggle, but I will be working my way around it, and I will be working with them. So I got myself some tea, and right there you can just see me placing in the final curve for me, and this is also the final one that we'll be taking, and I'm pretty happy with it. So it isn't completely round, but it's pretty close to it, and we will be leaving it like that because we can also add some streets to this later on, and I like it quite a lot. So yeah, this is our final try that we're doing this. I've actually had several tries in this one, and the first one was the best one, so I've decided to choose this one. And this whole section basically was a lot of trying out, and one of the things that this episode got me was about 20 saves. So I have about 20 different saves for this interchange, and this is my favorite one, and so I will be taking this one. It is also the one that I can be kind of adjusting and expanding as much as I want to, and for this one I've said yes, this is the perfect one for me, and this is the one that I want to take. And here I've got an idea that I could connect it up there, but this didn't turn out in the end. We will be trying out some things there for this one, but in the end it will get deleted. And something that I want to talk about is that this whole area will also have a big train interchange beneath it. So this would be also one of the main train crossing points. And what I mean with this is that there will be about 2 to 3 lines coming together. And the reason for this is that it is a very central point, as already said. And I want to keep it kind of realistic there. So I've said myself, yes, there will be also a big train junction down there. And this is also very close to the location where I'm going to build my rail yard, and I'm still not sure about it, but I kind of think I know what I want to do there. I don't want to talk too much about it because my ideas might change, but right now I'm thinking it should be a very old and dirty one, but we'll be seeing how this will be turning out once I've built this, and this will be in some episodes. So the next one will be about detailing this whole area, and I'm going to record this I think later on today or maybe tomorrow once I've got up, but I'm pretty sure it will be just tomorrow, but I will have to take a look at this. And yeah, maybe you have recognized that I was extremely quick away from the last voice over from this episode, and the reason for this is that I want to keep it like this, kind of an fluent talk with you guys. And actually the main reason for this why I did it was that it was suddenly going pretty bad for me, and this was actually, I've recorded this I'm recording this right now in the evening, and I've recorded the other one about on I think 12 o'clock it was in the morning. So yeah, it's just it's suddenly going very worse with me, quite bad, and even worse with me sometimes, and then I can't just record anything, and I'm sorry for this one, but these are some pretty hard cuts, but I think it is kind of okay. And yeah, I just once again have to say thank you for 313 subs. This is incredible. With the last video we got about 300, and suddenly we have 313. This is just awesome. I love it. Thanks to all the new subs and all the old subs. It is incredible. I love it, as already said, and I'm completely flashed by this. So please keep up the great support. It is just amazing for me, and I would appreciate if you'd just keep it up and write me some kind comments. And if you want me to build something like a temple that I'm already planning or something like this, just write it down in the comments and I will be doing it. And yes, one thing that I want to talk about to you is, once again, I'm apologizing that there wasn't a video Wednesday, but I'm still pretty sick, I would say, but I'm finally I'm finally able to talk a bit, and so I want to do this there. And my first idea actually was just to make this without voiceover, but then I thought, no, I'm so happy with this interchange, it turned out so great, and I just want to talk about it with you guys, and I love how it turned out, and I love how it looks. And yes. And actually just something to say to you guys is that it is just that I had some concerns about some months ago how YouTube will be turning out, but right now I'm at the point of just saying I'm loving it, and I will definitely be doing it for at least a year or more from now on. So it is just great to do it, and it's just a great way for me to relax and just kind of to talk about the stuff that I want to talk about. And basically this whole thing is just a big mess, and I love it. This is exactly what I wanted it to be, and it's turning out how I think it should be looking and how it will be realistic, so I like it to be a great big mess. And there we are building another highway off-ramp, on-ramp, and this one will be going into the other direction and will be leading from the main highway to another one there. And this is just something that I thought would be looking cool, and yeah, it did look cool, so I'm very happy about it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure this was everything that I wanted to tell you for this episode, so thank you for watching this video until this point, and if you enjoyed it until this point, I would appreciate if you'd consider liking this video, and if you aren't already a sub, I would appreciate if you'd subscribe to me, because it helps me a lot. It is just incredible for me, and I'm very grateful and thankful for every new sub, so yes, thank you. If you want to have anything built, write it down in the comments down below, and with that said, I will leave you and have a great day. Bye.